Climate is a region's temperature and topography and geography and basically what the whole area is like.
Climate is like weather over an extended period of time, and it's weather patterns for a certain area.
Okay, the difference between climate and weather. Weather is more of like the day-to-day, you know, the temperature, wind, this and that, and climate is more of like an overall, I'm assuming, more of like a seasonal thing.
Climate is the weather over a large geographical area over a long amount of time, and weather is just like week to week, day to day.
I think weather is like atmospheric things we're currently experiencing, and climate's more of an overarching environment that we live in.
The climate is not just the weather. It's the weather. It's ocean temperature. It's affected by geothermal activity. All of it.
My viewpoint of the current discussion of climate change is that climate change is real.
I think climate change is definitely happening. I think global warming is definitely happening.
Not enough happening to counter it.
Well, I think that some people are not worried enough about climate change.
Well, one of the things I see is that there's a lot of proposal for economic regulations, which I oppose. However, I do think that there's a need for more social awareness of what's going on.
It's really sad that some of our policymakers refuse to believe that that is a fact, and I think there needs to be more awareness about it.
And it's happening, and it's impacting different ecosystems and lands and people.
There needs to be more discussion on it. I think over the years it increased a couple years ago, and now it's kind of not as much a topic anymore, and I think it needs to be discussed.
I think there's a lot of things that people consume on a day-to-day basis that they're not aware of have an impact on the environment as a whole. So I think it's important that we're more aware of how our daily choices impact the world around us.
Sometimes it's kind of surprising me. I was in a class the other day and I mentioned something about climate change, and everyone started telling me it wasn't real. And I think it's really surprising me whenever we're at an institution for higher education and we're denying like things that have been proven with science. So it's kind of frustrating sometimes because we can't just ignore something because it makes us uncomfortable.
No, not really.
No, I don't think Lubbock's being affected by climate. I mean, it's never really been water.
I think everyone is being affected by climate.
I don't know. I'm from Houston, so.
I definitely think climate change has affected both me and Lubbock since I live here.
Yes, because the temperatures raise everywhere.
I think gradually.
Well, yeah, as of right now, I don't feel like I'm directly impacted by climate change.
We are definitely being affected by climate change. Just with the erratic weather and the droughts that are happening in Texas, it's very relevant.
And it also affects me personally just because I don't like hot weather.
It affects our mentality too, because there's a huge disagreement in politics and the media, and this is kind of stifling real efforts to help real people combat climate change.
It's not anything immediately drastic that we experience day to day where it's like a really palpable change, but I think that over time it has gotten it has changed a little bit than how it was whenever I was a child, but that's just how I feel. And I think that it's easier to reflect upon like years and years of history than it is like on a day-to-day basis.